And
That's
you know what
how
I dig
on
about
auto.
sushi? It's
It's not
healthy.
heavy. Yeah.
It's healthy.
You.
Oh, did we come into the show talking about sushi again? Listen, I say this every and each week that I sit in front of this young lady. You know, just the vibration that she gives, her energy, it takes you somewhere, right? So, like when we come to y'all with the ENT relationship show, like we do every week, to give y'all what we and I'll tell you, like we know gurus, but we know our shit because we've been through it.
Live some life, right?
Listen, I'm sitting next to a guru who understands because we share like that Star Wars moment. Like I'm Yoda and she's fucking what was the dad that got killed? I don't know, but you already know. Like even Luke, he became a
See, I
master,
don't even know. I never watched any of those.
but
Not
she's
one.
she's she's one of them, right? So listen, we back on Total Defiant Entertainment. I'm your boy Edubs. You already know I'm always after dark. And then listen, y'all see this beautiful young lady sitting next to me. Listen, she sits next to me every week. How have you been? How are you doing? How's things going?
um, I'm great actually. Like I feel like my the past couple of weeks been dragging a little
Uh
bit,
huh.
but today I feel good. Like just like
Okay.
kind of like when I get to Friday, I feel so accomplished. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of
Yeah.
like I was telling you a little while ago. Like every morning I get up and I'm praying, like God, give me strength. Let me get through this day.
Yeah.
All the things that I
Yeah.
have to do, and you try
And
to
I know
figure
what you do.
out. Yeah,
She
you
do a
try to
lot, y'all.
figure out how you're going to conquer it all. But you get up every day and you do it and you do it, and it's like
The
autopilot. And then
perseverance, right?
yes,
Yeah.
so then for tonight, I get here and I'm like, damn, like I did it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. Y'all
I
think
feel
about that
good.
for
I
a
feel
minute, right? Like
good.
that's why I say in real time is so it's such a vibration. I wish you could feel this energy because I feel it like it's God sent, right? And this is why when we talk to you guys every week about our relationship topics, whatever that looks like, I know sometimes it get raunchy, get crazy, some things happen that shouldn't happen, but that's the show.
Yeah.
That's what we bring. We bring total entertainment. And again, that's in association with Total Defiant Entertainment. Again, I'm your boy E Dubs. I'm always after dark, but I can't. I'd be remiss to sit here and not mention my boys, PIW, We in the Kitchen, The Recipe. Then you got Cocky Connections. Hey, listen, man. She been sending me some dynamic stuff. You need to come on and share that with us in some capacity. Keisha's Passion for Fashion. You already know. Always best care. Create creations. It takes a village, y'all. So I got to mention my village. But listen, we're gonna get right into this show because Miss T got some things she want to ask, and I'm dying to answer. So we're gonna see where she gonna go with this week. I'm gonna lay low since y'all got the vibration down. Last week y'all got the vibrations. You see, we had the whole set. Miss T came down here in that pink thing. Woo! But listen,
I
appreciate you, Mama.
appreciate you more.
All right, so what we got this week?
So man, I was just kind of like, like every day I'm kind of just researching, kind of figure out, some things that, you know, that's a little bit relatable that we all go through, and
Yeah,
like being out there in the dating scene or even when you're in a relationship, right? And I came being a woman and having a bunch of female friends and sisters and things like that, it's always like that common question that they all have, that we all have at
right.
some point, like, why did he pursue me with no intention of actually loving me,
Wow,
committing, or being with me,
wow, wow,
and that's a good question. Like
wow.
we want to know, we want to hear it from a man. Like why? Like you guys will put up a
Let me take
like
this
you
gum out
guys
my
will
mouth. It's about to get
chase.
serious in this joint.
You guys will chase and chase and chase and chase and will not let up, right? Until we finally give in. And then it's kind of like 6 months down the line, there's nothing. A year down the line, there's nothing. And I'm not talking marriage, and I'm
Right,
not talking a proposal,
right.
but I'm
Make it look like it's
speaking.
supposed to.
Yeah, I'm speaking from the standpoint of what are we? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Why the pursuit with no intentions of actually, really catching the prey?
Do you want my honest answer or you want the TV answer?
I want your honest answer.
Because I got both sides of it. I'm going to just say this, right? Like, being an alpha male is different. And I'm gonna just say this in every capacity and respectful way that I can.
Different from what?
Different from a
Beta?
normal male. Like you lead the pack, right? Like, and I'm making this a little bit about me, but not all the way about me. And you lead by example to the point where you are who you are, right? You're just the hunter. You always want to be the hunter. So your pursuant isn't necessarily always for the kill.
So it's about the chase.
That part.
Okay.
That part. To see where the wheels can still spin. It's just what we do. And that's just really being from the perspective of someone who always to me thinks confidently about themselves.
So why not catch and then keep it moving? Why catch and then hold on with false hope
it's not
or
false hope if I'm dating you and we're going out and we're doing things. I think
you could date anybody. Like,
yeah, I know, but it just happened to be me this time.
no, it's your turn.
But hey, mate, well, listen, we're gonna make the best of it. And
I think
see, I got it going, y'all. Y'all getting the real tonight.
No, I think it's about men, of course, chasing, pursuing, or however you want to call it. But I also think that, you know, a lot of men go through a lifetime collecting placeholders, right? Like it's kind of like, we say like us women, we go out and we can meet you and we can say hello, and we know from that very first hello if we're going to give you some. We know where it's going. I know
this already.
We know where it's going.
Yeah.
However, men know the same thing. They know from the very first hello, this is someone that I'm going to make my girl. This is someone that I will make my wife, right? But they will collect and collect knowing that that's not the intentions on with that woman. And then
she hitting below the belt tonight,
and
y'all.
then they'll continue to pursue for years. For years sometimes, right? And then it ends because we wake up and we're tired. But then you go and you meet someone and 60 days later you're married. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm what I'm saying is I feel like if men were a little bit more honest and upfront about what their intentions are,
I agree with that totally.
They will get a lot further because, like,
I just want to chime in right quick on that. Like, I learned that, right? I really did, because it's really us who stand in our own way more times than not, because the greed become a lust and the lust just becomes even more of a greed, right? Because you're getting exactly what you want. But it gets to a point where it becomes overwhelming. It becomes exhausting because you can't keep that energy up. There's just too many ways you're being pulled, right?
And then feelings do get involved.
No,
even if those aren't,
because
even if that's not the intention.
And that's the part too, right? Like when you treat everybody the same, there's no difference because I am who I am. So if I normally go out to eat, when me and you go out, we're going out to eat. We're going to do something nice because that's what we do.
Right.
But I think for me, like I said to you before, is more or less the temptation of not going all the way there, but just having a good time with the vibration or the energy.
But not everybody is wanting a good time.
No, that's a fact.
Most of us want clarity. We want truth. We want honesty. We want, because you will be surprised what we will agree to if we know. Don't put us in a situation saying, "Oh yeah, like."
And I learned that.
Yeah, like
that's what I was getting to too, because you got to get over yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So egotistically, if you're not in that space or you're not willing to be mature enough to say, let me put on the brakes a little bit.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. You
and
don't have to ask.
We don't have to call it not. Yeah, that part. And I get it. I mean, like I said, we're all human, and I think we all learn in our own time. That's why God made us individuals. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but like I understand what you're saying. If your intention is to come into this relationship, like I'm just trying to hit and keep it moving, then let's go there and let's get that over with, so that way there's no false interpretation of me wanting a relationship.
Yeah.
I just happen to get greedy, meaning I want to see you more than once, because God didn't give me.
So then, what happens when you're seeing me or her or whatever? When he's seeing.
I've dated multiple chicks on multiple occasions. I know how that looks in real time. So it's like anything else. It's supply and demand. How demanding can you be? And we're doing things. We're hanging out. We're going out to eat. We're doing everything, like going on vacation, whatever.
So are you okay with like, you're dating and you're just having fun and you're hanging out, and then she goes, "What are we?"
What are we?
Because now it's been a year. Now it's been 2 years. And, yeah, this is how we started off. Yes, we had a clear understanding, but we also didn't anticipate a year, 2 years down the line doing the same old shit
Right.
that we started out doing. Now, what are we?
And I think that's the
Where are we
evolution of
going?
a relationship, right? Like where, we all have our different variations of what that looks like. And I think what T was even touching on about the truth of the matter, like give me that option to say, I don't want to fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Opposed
give
to,
me that option.
or
Right.
just dragging me along, right? Like,
Right.
and I got to defend that because nobody heart wants to take that kind of pounding.
Nobody.
And over time, right? Like, and I think that's where I said the maturity of it all is whether it's a man or
Right.
female, you got to be real with what you
Yeah.
want. Like, because we can always put that narrative on someone else, but really in real time, like, if you condone it, I gotta.
But it's hard because, the truth of it is that most of us women, we connect emotionally, where it takes a very long time for men to connect that way.
Mhm.
They connect first visually, and they hold on to that for a very long time. So if they're liking what they see, they're all in.
Yeah.
If they're liking how they feel when they're seeing what they see, they're all in.
You know what though? I'm gonna just say this to you, and this is just me because I love my black queen. I love black women. Period.
Yes.
I love my black women. I will
Mhm.
never date another fucking race. We got some fucking queens, Jack. And I noticed. So I would be remiss to not like. And somebody, Philly girl, rat. No, them Philly girls real.
Yeah.
And you feel that.
We
You
can't
love
help
that.
it.
I can't live nowhere else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it be any different because the reality of it is like you and most girls and just say like I said, our generation, they knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of success stories because a lot of people that surrounded us is doing some really well things, they're coming from North Philly.
Yeah, and I think our generation, we get penalized a lot for wanting what we want and
Yeah.
doing what we want because times has changed
Yeah. Now let me ask
drastically.
you that. Like, so how do you balance that, right? Where your work life is demanding, your personal life is demanding. Balancing that in a relationship is super hard because I know what it looks like too.
Yeah.
And then still trying to find that peace for T.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that's where, like, for me,
Yeah.
our show is my release. I ain't gonna front y'all. Like, this is so therapeutic to sit here with my sister and bust it
Mhm.
up in real time, just having a conversation. Y'all don't know how dope this is.
Yeah.
So when we had these, like, I just told her this when we were in the green room. I look forward to these opportunities to just bust it up with her for a few hours, just to steal her from everybody else, and I get to hold on for a little bit. But I appreciate you, baby.
Same. Yeah, I don't know. I think balancing is very hard. And I feel like that lately has been extremely hard just because, I have grandkids,
Yeah.
and I
You
have
would listen, you wouldn't know it.
yeah, I have a daughter that's still dependent on me
Right.
and
Right.
that recognizes she needs her mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't I'm always superwoman,
Yeah.
and I have to work, and I have to sustain and maintain constantly.
She a boss too, y'all, because she move
Yeah, and,
around.
and
Trust
and it's
me.
hard. So, like I said to you earlier, like lately I've been a little bit tired, like
Yeah.
feeling like and that's okay.
And ask her what I told her on the phone. What did I say? What you need to do?
Is have a spa day, get away, do something for
Listen.
you.
Get
Yeah,
that massage. But look,
yeah.
your covers right over
We
your
have
eyes. Just
to
chilling.
we
Letting
have
that
to
steam hit you.
realize, especially us women, that
Yeah.
we do have to take some time out,
Yeah.
and it's okay to feel like you're overwhelmed and you can't take on anymore. And I feel like we are so accustomed to trying to get it all done. We're taking care of our men. We're taking care of kids. We're taking care of grandkids. We're working.
You
We're
just used to
taking care of
doing
the
what
house,
you do.
and we're
It's
just
just
in
a
autopilot
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. And I think that's something
So
that I'm glad you brought up because I see what she does.
mhm.
I don't know how she does it, do what she does. And I say the same thing to Karita because they're goers. I mean,
Yeah.
all the time. And
Nonstop.
that's why I had to ask that question, because it's not me asking just to be newsy. Like, no, I'm asking my sister in real time, like, yo, how are you?
That goes a long way, E, and I
Real
appreciate
shit.
you that I appreciate you for that, because a lot of times we forget, or we don't think to stop to say to someone that we love, or that love us, I'm not okay, because
Exactly.
we think we have to keep going,
No,
right?
not at
So
all.
when someone asks you how
How are
are you,
you?
and
Yeah.
I'm able to stop, inhale and exhale, and really be like,
Yo, I need to talk.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
tired.
yeah,
Like, so
yeah,
I appreciate you.
yeah.
I needed that today, you
You know,
know.
that's so dope too, because that's where I say, y'all, like, if you can't feel this energy, you ain't gonna never feel it nowhere else, because that's love, right? Like, I'm genuinely just reaching out because that's my thought process. Like, yo, let me check on this to see
Yeah.
what's going on with it, what's good. And I can automatically hear at times when she's not
Yeah.
who I'm used to hearing. And when we talk, it just becomes relevant that she needs that shoulder to lean on for a minute.
Yeah.
And you feel that. So you make sure you cuff that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why our relationship is so dope. That's why we come to y'all every week talking about these crazy ass relationships of y'all's, but it intertwines with ours because
That's right.
we've been there. Trust
Been
me. And
there.
when we touch these subjects, right, like, we try to be as honest as we can. I
Yeah.
mean, and like, it's not that we're lying to y'all, but it's some things that you just gotta
Yeah.
curve it a little bit,
A little
because
bit.
everybody can't take the
And
pressure.
I have to constantly be reminded of that, because it's just kind of like, I don't, I'm not ashamed of anything that I've been through.
Yep, you said that. I think you
I'm
said that on like
not.
episode
Or
one.
anything that I go through. Like, I'm I believe in don't ask, don't tell. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you ask me,
Whoa. That's a segue for this big thing about to happen. Now, I just found out tonight coming down here, right? But this is going to be so dope. So, Miss T and the producer of mine, they came up with this idea that an all ladies show for
yeah,
Miss T and friends. T with Miss T. Whoa,
tea
watch
time
out.
with Miss T.
Say it again.
Tea time with Miss T.
Boom. So that's coming soon, y'all. Like, and I'm just so ecstatic because I get to be on the other side of the camera. I might be saying some
Marquita's
crazy.
sitting back there trying to be
Somebody's gonna put at the
quiet.
probably put a fucking muzzle on me because I know how I get. But no, I just say all like to say, man, I'm again. This is in real time. I'm so grateful for you. Your spirit
Same.
has been I
Yeah.
mean, listen, y'all, undeniable, undeniable. And it's funny because I gotta keep going back to this because we had a conversation. I'm dead ass at work, and we busted it up like I'm the fuck sitting home on the couch, and she dealing with all of the noise in the background, and
Yep.
we just talking.
And
And
I'm driving,
yo,
and
and it's
it's
crazy
like,
because that's just how dope of a friend she is. Like, and being able to absorb some of the crazy shit that would come out my mouth and still come out my mouth because that's just who the fuck I am.
yeah,
Nobody knows me to be any different. If I ain't gonna do nothing else, I'm gonna cut the rug with this motherfucker here. So I say all that to say that, man, genuinely, we had these conversations, and you know, y'all don't know, we do talk, you know what I mean? So it allows us to get on this platform and give y'all the best version of what we try to intertwine
yeah.
into our
We
own
don't know it. We don't
relationships.
know it all.
No, we don't.
We we only know the life that we live,
That
the
part.
experiences that we've had, the shit that we've been through.
Facts.
And it kind of like brings me to
Mm.
what I always say to my daughters, like, don't make all of the mistakes that I've already made for you. Or and it's just that's how I look at, our show and our advice, like, hey, this is what we've been through. This is what happened. This is how it turned out. This is the advice that I can offer you.
Yeah,
You know?
and this is the ability that we've been afforded, right? Like, all of us, we have the charisma to show people you can do things if you work together. Like, the
Yeah.
way we put this show together, the way my producer takes care of us, the way he implores his creativity. We all have that creative space where it allows us to be able to bring these shows to y'all in real time, man. And
Yeah.
like, just to be able to see that vision and where we're going and where we're trying to take it, like, man, I can't wait to see what Miss T show looks like. So, all that being
Man.
said, and we getting into this whole relationship thing, I gotta ask, because I saw this online. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I be so in a relationship. If I'm coming in knowing that you have seeds, right? What's your expectation of if you do go beyond, say, a quote unquote a year? Years typical, where shit really now serious. You expecting him to include his energy with the kids too, or no? And knowing how close you are with your babies,
So,
do you
okay,
expect that from him? And we know who him is.
yeah. So for me, that's kind of like, if I'm honest,
Come on,
that hasn't
let's go
been
there.
too. Let me say this. I do not, or will not, or don't want to date a man that has minor children. Right. Right now, at this phase of my life, because one, I'm selfish.
Mm-hmm.
My time is my time. I don't want to hear you have your kids for the weekend. I don't want to hear you're going on a vacation, yada yada yada. I've been here, done it, right? So
I
I
told
don't
y'all.
like, I want to be able to be like, babe, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going. Your kids are grown,
Yeah.
so on the flip side of that, like when we have children, we have minor children, we have to understand our position that we have when we bring these men into our lives, right? We have to know, okay, well, first of all, we shouldn't be just introducing every man that we date to our kids. But like, I think a year in, women might get mad at me for
Talk
this.
about it.
Um, but I think it's up to us to decide who we date. If you're choosing a man that don't want to be involved with your kids, that's your problem. You pick and choose if you want to stay or you don't. This man has no obligation to your minor children. So you decided to go out there and
Yeah,
date, you know?
I feel a little different, y'all. And I'm gonna just cut the rug. I can't be fucking
Yeah.
more honest than I am. Once you come into this fucking tent, right? This is how we gonna do it. I know I ain't even pissing nobody off because they just know that I say this shit in real time. Once you in this circle, Jack, everybody's family. So there is no, to me, separation of misconception, right? Because when you have a blended situation, if I'm coming into that, like I gotta know that that's my job to help you with your kids. My
Yeah.
job to make it look like it's supposed to look. Like we
Yeah.
going out to eat together, we going on vacations together. Like
Right.
because it's a package deal.
Right.
That's why I have stepchildren to this day because Mr. E always did the fucking
Yeah.
most with us. And whether I was with your mom, her mom, it don't make a fucking difference.
But that's
Everybody
what
was
you
doing the
do so
same shit.
well, though, E. You blend your family. And me, I come from a different situation. My kids were raised
Yeah.
in a
I
two
can
parent
dig it.
household, and
Yeah.
we weren't divorced until our kids were adults.
Yeah.
So I never had to experience what that looked like. And then so now that I'm dating and I'm in a relationship and I have these adult children, don't get to dictate my relationship. I love them dearly. I'm always there for them, right? But you don't like my man, that's a personal problem. Because let me tell you what I've learned. Kids, they grow up,
Oh yeah, for sure.
they leave home,
Mm-hmm.
they come and they go. They build their own relationships. They don't want you to butt
Facts.
in. They don't want you to say nothing. If you do, they don't want to talk to you. This is my relationship. This is what I'm doing. If I'm wrong, so what? You don't have to worry about it because you're an adult. I raised you already.
Yeah.
So you're not about to come in here and tell me what I need to do or what I shouldn't do.
I mean, and it's funny too because I have the same, pulling of the teeth, y'all, with
Mm-hmm.
mine too. But in real time and being realistic, like that's why I said going back to a lot of relationships can hinge, y'all. Like, and this is just me. I'm, like I said again, I'm no guru, but I know one thing: a woman love a nigga that's going, like he
Absolutely.
gonna cuff y'all, like. And I think that's always been my biggest issue because I'm a family oriented dude. So if I'm falling into line, then that's what.
But if you start it, don't stop it.
But
If you
yeah,
start it, don't
yeah,
stop it. And
and
that's what a lot of men don't get.
yeah,
If you coming in and you're taking these kids in and you're
yeah,
raising them and you're there like your daddy, when the relationship don't work out and the relationship end and these kids are still calling you daddy, don't be saying I'm not your daddy.
yeah. Well, with me, it really, you really didn't have a choice because you was probably in the car
But
with
that's
me,
what you do
going
so
from
well,
no, going
though.
from one mommy house to the next, and there was no who's this. They knew. No, they know.
But you
They
do.
played
I
together as
gotta give it to
babies.
you. I
No, I'm
gotta give it to you.
serious.
You are the best to ever do it. I
I
don't
don't
know.
want them
I'm
kudos.
selfish and I'm territorial, and I don't. I just don't. I don't know what that. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, if I was with the guy that had minor kids, and I decided to do that when my kids were little. Yes, we would blend the families because
Yeah,
that's
you
what we
have.
have to do.
I just think that, and like you said, right, keeping it honest, like it's the only way that everybody gets to see and
Yeah,
like what that like because once you really harness that like it's supposed to be harnessed and the people around you really give you that support
yeah,
and they know like we got him. You
yeah.
yeah, like it's nothing else to where else am I
So
going?
this bring me to the, and I'm on topic, but kind of like
No,
skipping a
but
little
what's
bit.
what we do? Because you always say, "Oh, well, they always
I
getting off topic." No,
this
but we like to switch it up, y'all. So whatever,
so
you better
I was
listen.
on a dating site. This was before I got in a relationship. I was on a dating. Listen, I was on those dating sites, but
Can't get it nowhere else but
so
after dark. Total Defined Entertainment.
but no,
You two, you better find us. I'm telling you, we out here.
I met a guy, and we clicked, and we went out a few times, and things was fine, and I was liking him. It was a nice little time, and he was divorced, and
So let me ask you. You're definitely saying we're gonna do a little bit more than just tea. I'm just asking.
definitely,
Okay, that's
absolutely.
I
You
just had
already
to
know
ask
my
y'all.
mind. I don't care. I
I
don't
know.
give a fuck.
Listen. I know. That's why I just had to ask. But go ahead. I know
Listen,
I probably killed the whole.
because I'm. But anyway, he
You
he
stupid.
he was divorced, and he had a well, she had a granddaughter that was 3 years old,
Okay.
and he still was involved in that 3 year old's life.
As he should.
He was like, but they were only married like 2 years, so it wasn't a long time thing. And he was like, when we would talk, he would say, "Oh, I got to pick my granddaughter up. Oh, I got to do." I was turned off, because I kind of feel like this is what a relationship with you is going to look like. Like, and I'm not saying, oh yeah, just cut, the little girl off, but I'm saying that, okay, y'all not together. What are you holding on to? You're not together anymore. Okay, I get it. And Christmas come along, you want to send a gift. That's cool. Birthdays come along, you want to send a gift. That's cool. But why are you still doing granddaddy duties like you're still married? Like you have to know when to kind of be like, okay, yeah, I still acknowledge you as my granddaughter, but
Yeah.
you're not my priority
Right.
anymore because now I have this new relationship, this new thing going on now.
Hmm.
No, I can't pick you up from daycare every day, but when birthdays come around, I might drop in and say happy birthday. I might send
Yeah.
you a gift. So like that kind of showed me what a relationship will look like with him. Like, so now you're not cutting ties with your ex-wife that you only had for 2 years.
See, but that's why I go back to this, right? And I have to do it. That's why you got to make it full circle because it allows people to be in the space. No one feels uncomfortable because there's no ammunition to fire because we gonna all share the same people without getting crazy. Like that's just how it should be.
I got
But
work on that.
seriously, you yeah, because I think it'll eventually, right? Like, look, as she slammed her cup, I didn't do it.
No,
I'm just the messenger. That's like I don't want no smoke.
I
But no,
gotta
but
work on
I
that.
get it though. Like, and that's why I always say it's two sides to everything. And that's all I always say to y'all. Like, I know, yeah, just listen, I did some shit. And because of it, like, you have to really, I mean, really, 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 and this is just by my creator alone, you got to be able to flip that somehow and humble yourself enough to know shit's starting to happen. Physically, you ain't the same dude. The energy level for certain things like bullshit. I'm not dealing with it.
Yes,
You know what I mean? I'm not tolerating it.
can't.
So it like T said, at this big age, we have these relationships, but if they're not built on, if nothing else, honesty,
Yeah,
integrity, and I can just say to you in real time, like, hey, this is what we're doing.
yeah.
and we just having a good time. We love to be in each other's space.
Yeah.
So it's really like date night for real, but we ain't got no food tonight. No, but
And I'm starving. I'm
yo,
kind of
so
like,
we're
I'm
gonna
thinking about
order
food
something
right
on
now.
going into our second show, part of the show. But this has been so dope, T. We up to episode 7. Can you believe it
That's
already?
crazy. How'd that happen?
We're gonna have a celebratory for the 10th.
For the 10th.
That might be the live show. I'll let Miss T set the date wherever she want to put it, because she wants the winter to be done. She want to be able to throw on her little.
Yeah,
Y'all gonna see some of her one Tuesday to summer. I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy. Y'all gonna be mad at me for
I want to
real.
show these legs.
So we do this, and we do it. I think like to the best of our ability, like to let y'all feel that, right, and just feel exactly what that vibration looks like, because y'all see she was. She almost went there on me tonight. I almost fell right into a little trap.
I mean, listen, I be trying to, respect feelings and stuff, but sometimes you just gotta.
You said it earlier, and
Yeah,
this is me and you
I'm not
talking
for nobody.
while you was going to get your grandson, and you was like, "E, I can take it there." I said, "Hey, listen." Look, as I look at y'all, my real eyes now, it's bright as shit. But I say all that to say that, like, no, that was dope, because it kind of talked you off of your cliff at that moment. You know what I mean? And then when
and I think
we start to suppress, and you then I can hear the woosah, and then you start talking.
I love that we can do that for each other.
No, that's a fact.
It's kind of like,
that's a fact.
And
that
and I'll
energy
tell
is
you,
different.
and that's how I'll start my sentence with, "Let me know if I'm wrong."
That part,
because that's what I want.
Sure.
I want to know.
No, real shit.
If I'm wrong, because tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
because
and that was dope, because she was like, "Damn, E, just tell me if I'm wrong for just wanting to take some time for me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yo, I just posted something on Facebook, but remember, it's you. It started with you. It's going in with you, right? Like, self-preservation is everything. We already know health is wealth. You have to balance that somehow, where you get that suppression, and this is our suppression, to let that air out. Like, oh my God, I'm in such a safe place. And to be able to release that with no judgment, right? That's why I always talk to my sister all the time, like, and just having that ability to be able to have that relationship.
Yeah.
It exudes me to when we have our weekly meetings. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what it is. It's a meeting. Like I said, it's a conversation for us. So we're going to definitely spin the block. You already know how we do. We're going to come back for the second part of the show. She got some surprises for y'all. We might even have a call in. So we'll see what all that looks like. Again, I'm sitting next to my beautiful sister, man, the co-host of the ENT Relationship Show. Let them know, T, where they can get you at.
Facebook, Tyra Sherelle. Instagram, Tyra Sherelle. And TikTok, Tyra Sherelle.
Told y'all we can't make this shit up. You already know, man. I'm your boy Edub. I'm always after dark. You already know. Listen, this has been such a great start to our year, because we got some big things happening, some big things that are coming, some things that I can mention, some things I can't mention. They tell me to put a zipper on it. I'm always in trouble. I mean, always in somebody's hot water. But again, that's in total correlation with Create Creations, the best food in the city. The proprietor. I thought she would have been in here tonight. Caretha Moore and my daughter Delore Frazier. Then you got We in the Kitchen. That's my man Al Bill's company, PIW. My man Knox, my man Matt. Listen, they all over it. Soon to come, the recipe. I know y'all, I'm waiting just like y'all are. I've been pushing him, but he got to get back in the spin mode. You know what I mean? They got to put somebody in the blender, I think. I don't know. But in any event, Cocky Connections. Girl, I told you. I'm going to start answering that stuff you sent me too. But in any event, you need to get your butt on this show. And you already know, listen, my girl, she's coming back soon. These flowers about to blossom, so y'all already know Keisha gonna try to be outside. So Keisha's passion for fashion.
We all looking for the spring.
See? And I know hers, because we're gonna be doing some outside locations.
Yes.
We got some giveaways coming. The promotions we're gonna start giving you guys on how to subscribe to the channel through a whole, we cash app y'all something. It's gonna be dynamic. So we appreciate y'all. All we ask y'all to do is just subscribe to the channel. Again, that's Total Define Entertainment. Y'all can't miss this. Come on, we outside. Hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell, and when you do, listen, we appear. Voila. All right, man, we out of here. Love y'all. Peace.